Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Scriptures in Wall Street. I'm your host, Carlos Cortez. And if you don't mind, please go to rumble.com and type in Scriptures in Wall Street or Carlos Cortez and follow our new channel over there. We'd really appreciate it. We're on different platforms. The show is getting picked up by multiple networks now. And we're just really excited that people are calling in and asking questions about their current advisor, about their current investments. What are they investing in? If your investments is lining with your values. Guys, money is political. Political is money. And that's why I have talked about many years or many podcasts, like over 200 podcasts and episodes. The reason why we do this is because you're funding the agenda that you don't even agree with. Your money is not matching your faith. It's not matching your morals. And you're funding all of this woke stuff that we are trying to fight. No longer can you just have a 401k or Edward Jones IRA mutual fund and think, oh, yeah, the market's performing. The market's performing. Guys, we're past that. We can perform. We can get results in a rigged stock market without funding this woke agenda. And if you're tuning in for the first time, then feel free to go back and listen to all of our podcasts. But for a lot of the newer clients, a lot of new listeners, or just anyone, if you really just want to learn about our strategy, look up the Colors of Money podcast. The Colors of Money podcast is probably one of my favorite podcasts because that is our strategy. We want to label your assets in different colors. You see, we learn new concepts when it comes to colors. In the financial world can be difficult. However, if we color code things, it makes it a lot easier. This is why McDonald's uses colors. This is why the military uses colors. This is why Excel spreadsheets uses colors, because they can take complicated things and we color code it. Our brain, just like in kindergarten, our brain learns new setups, new strategies, new techniques, new ideas based on colors. So the color of money basically is going to let you know, hey, there's red money, this is green money, this is yellow money, and you'll never be able to look at money the same way. I do warn you. Most importantly, everything on this podcast is education and information purposes only. I am a financial advisor, but this is not financial advice. Everything on the show is not financial advice. I'm just giving you my opinion on talking about the markets and what could happen. If you would like financial advice, if you would like a one-on-one, give us a call, 813-448-3446, or you can visit us online at cortezwm.com and simply just book an appointment with us. That way we can just look at your portfolio. You can have a second opinion. Maybe you're working with somebody, maybe you're not, but we will love to just have a conversation with you to make sure that your money is matching your values and that you're getting the best bang for your buck without taking all the risks of the market. Now, I wanted to speak about the markets today. I want to talk about what I think is going to be the trade of the year. Also, I want to talk about some manipulations that we've been seeing, some concerns I have. And today, we're just going to look at charts, because at the end of the day, I could care less of what people say. Oh, the banks are crashing. The dollar's crashing. We need to do this. I get it. It fits your narrative. It fits us. It fits everything that we talk about. But let's actually look and find out at the charts. Is the dollar really crashing? Is silver really going up? Are the silver miners going up? Is the bond market crashing? Is it going up? These are huge things that we lightly say, and a lot of people just say, oh, the dollar's crashing, because that's what's being advertised. And a lot of the people that are promoting gold, they just say the dollar's crashing. And look, gold and silver and precious metals, they're having their run right now, and we're going to show you. But I am going to simply just tell you that we need to look at the charts. I do not want to be the guy saying, oh, yeah, the dollar is crashing, and not really show you proof. Let's be smart here. Screw your feelings. I don't care if you're right winger or you could be a right, hardcore right like me, or you could be a flying liberal that is happy that today is June 1st, gay day, and Pride Month. I don't care who you are. The charts don't lie, dog. The charts don't lie. When you go to the gym, I don't care about your feelings. The mirror, the weight doesn't lie. So when we look at the charts and the actual numbers and the manipulations, this is what is going on. We may have our bias, we may have our feelings. I know we don't like Biden. I know we don't like this. I know we don't like all this money shipping to Ukraine, but I want to talk about facts. Is that okay? Like, when we talk about facts, we no longer are tinfoil hat. The left looks at us and says, oh, they're just crazy. You know what they say? They say that we're crazy and that we're voting for Trump and we have no logic. This is what they're saying about the right wing, the conservatives. This is what they're saying. And how we slice them up is through technical analysis. How we slice them up is through facts. You cannot deny it. So today, I'm going to talk about the dollar index. I'm going to talk about TLT. I'm going to talk about silver miners. I'm also going to talk about how to make money off of this market. The trade of the year that I think is going to be a gangster trade. Of course, it's not investment advice. If you are looking to make this trade, you need to actually hire a licensed professional or give us a call so we can walk you through this trade. There is a lot of risk involved with these trades, so they're not for the faint of heart. They're not for retirees that are taking retirement money. No, there's risk involved with any trade. But this is part of the red money conversation that I'm talking about. You can take risk on a portion of your portfolio. The rest of the money, you need to have set aside in green money. Let that grow with the index, 7 to 15%. Right now, we have an account, depending on your state, not in every state. I mean, we service all the states in America, except for Hawaii, which I'm leaving tomorrow for Hawaii. So if you're watching this, I'm already in Hawaii. Pray for me because I've never flown out there. And I really don't want to talk to any like crazy liberals. I'm just going to be on the beach for the week. My wife and I, we're going to take some time out and just enjoy the fruits of our labor, as well as just be intimate with each other with no distractions. So definitely pray for me as I keep my marriage first in front of business, in front of everything. And I implore you to do the same. But let me share something here. And I'm learning this new setup, so bear with me, guys. So here we are, guys. Like, I want to just show you, something that's pretty amazing. So this is an account. We're going to talk about trades today, but for majority of your money, for retirement money, we have an account that is actually paying a 20% bonus, and we're legit making 40% of the S&P 500. The fee is 0.95. You have access to 10% a year. This is great for IRA monies. This is great for monies that you want to leave long term. And as you can see, a $250,000 account on a 65-year-old is legit turning into $614,000 in a matter of 10 years. So 65, if you've never touched it, we can turn a basic $250,000. We're getting a $50,000 bump. The annual fee is 0.85. And with this insurance carrier with billions of dollars in reserves, our account value is roughly about $614,000. If we just never touched it, a lot of you have set it, forget it money. A lot of you have retirement accounts that you don't know what to do with it. Maybe it's in cash. Maybe you're just scared, or maybe you just have it in the bank. Maybe you have it in gold IRAs. I don't know where it's at. But what you need to understand is that there are safe money accounts. There are safe money accounts that will have the ability to get a plan like this. Like, you can have a plan like this that can compound and compound. And if the market crashes, you lose zero. The market goes up, you gain interest. And that interest is locked in through our insurance products that we have. Completely amazing. I don't know if it's in your state. You just got to call, book an appointment, email us at info@cortezwm.com. They're offering a 20% bonus. These are 10-year contracts. You have access to 10% a year, and is backed by the strength of a financial company I can't obviously disclose the company because I don't have their permission, but this is a strong rated company, been around for 70, 80 years now, and we have the ability to write this in most states. So give us a call, make sure it's right for you. Great for retirement accounts. But yeah, 20% bonus. Take advantage of high interest rates right now. We can move IRA money. We can move partial IRA monies into this account. All you got to do is just go and email us at info@cortezwm.com or book an appointment at cortezwm.com. The link is below this video. But going back to the trades, going back to the fun part, the stuff that I like. So we have safe money, green money, insurance-based money that is for our nest egg, is for our retirement. We get it. Then there's you that say, hey, show me the money. Well, guess what? As a former stockbroker, I loved showing people the money because I love the trades. They were fun. They're exciting. You can mix in your feelings. But now that I'm 20 years in the game, the feelings, screw the feelings, man. Like, we got to go where the charts are at. And I see this with all these podcasters that get on. They have no financial experience. They have no day trading experience. They have no experience at all. They don't even make a living giving advice to people. And all of a sudden, they're on TikTok. Yo, you need to buy this. I'm trading this, AMC this, QQQ this. And all of a sudden, they're like multi, quote unquote, millionaires, gurus, trying to sell you a course. That's not us here, man. We want to actually just talk about some trade setups that I really feel that you should be on the lookout for. And maybe a year from now, I'll play this tape on another podcast and say, hey, this is what happened this time last year, and this is us talking about it when the market was doing this. So that's really why I wanted to have this podcast today. Is that I want to create a timestamp, a screenshot, so that next year we can look back at this video on June 1st, 2024 on Gay Day and say, hey, this is what we were talking about, and look what happened. There's only like 4 or 5 big trades a year. And here's the thing, like when it comes to like trading and growing capital, and you have your safe money allocated, right? So this is for the people that have money that want to not gamble, but take risks, calculated risks. We already have our safe money. So if you're talking about retirement funds and growing it and you're in your 60s or 70s, this is not something I recommend with all of your money. I would only recommend 5 to 10% into a risk type of asset that could really, really grow. So we have to earmark it. Now, if you're younger, maybe 50% of your portfolio could go in something like this, and the other 50 could go in a long-term asset worth building your retirement account. For me, I put personally, I put $100,000 in the account I just showed you. For my wife and I at age 40, I'm 41. In 19 more years, we're going to it's projected to have over $4.2 million. This will be one of my retirement plans because I don't want to do this forever. So having $4 million in retirement is, believe it or not, it might not be that much as it is in future dollars because of the high inflation. But what basically would happen is that we can live off of 200 grand for the rest of our year, for the rest of our lives, and still have that $4 million to give to our kids. They can have $1 million each just from that account. And this is a strategy that I'm personally using that you could use with your retirement. Maybe you only have 10 years, maybe you only have 15, maybe you only have 5. It doesn't matter the time frame, but we need to have a nest egg that can compound for you, regardless of what the market does, with lower fees, lower risk, and you have the ability to grow that asset using the high interest rates right now. Because what's scary is people are actually going to the banks, man. They're saying, hey, Wells Fargo's paying 4.5%. I just got me a CD, locking in 4.5%. Are you dumb, slow, or stupid, dog? The banks don't have the money to pay the 4.5%. So you're now depositing the money in the bank for them to pay the other people that they can't pay because they lost money in the treasuries. I'm going to pull up the treasury market today so you can see what the heck is going on. I'm going to show you straight up. Screw the noise. I don't care what any talking head says. Look at the charts, dog. Let's look at them. And you're not going to like what I'm going to say because it doesn't fit your narrative. It doesn't fit your hinge in your stomach. A lot of you will say, well, the dollar's crashing, the banks are falling. Well, prove it to me. Qualify it. I want to see the numbers. And that's what today's podcast is just give me the facts without all the fluff. Ain't it a blessing that I'm not being paid by some conglomerate to skew my message? Because you know why? I am not going to be sold out. I take donations. If you want to support the show, everything I have is a for-profit ministry, from America First Water to Switch My Products USA to CortezWM.com to all the self-sponsors that I own. It is honestly there to just keep the show going. And when you purchase products through us, you keep the show going. And I just want to say thank you. But I'm not being bought out for $1 million to skew my message. I'm not accepting $40,000-$50,000 a month from some company I don't agree with for me to basically promote their agenda, which is going to hurt you. Screw that, man. My integrity is never for sale. And so you have that. You have that there. And guess what? People don't like scriptures these days. People don't like prayer. And on my show, there will be scriptures and there will be prayer. We'll end with every show with some type of time with God. I hope you had some time with God today. I am actually pre-recording this. I will be in Hawaii, like you said. And so I had to find something that's relevant. And so what's relevant is we're going to look at the long-term charts. We're going to pan out. I'm going to show you the dollar. I'm going to show you silver. I'm going to show you the silver miners. I'm going to show you a trade where you could make a ton of money possibly if you entertain it. But again, it's not investment advice. And if you are trading this, you better have disposable income. This is not meant for retirement funds. So let's cut right to it, man. The first thing I want to show you is SLJ. Now, on this chart, every time you see this cross, it basically means a buy or a sell. And so what's neat is that you see this trend. Typically, a trend is like a trend goes here to there. But in this case, it is, excuse me. In this case, man, look at this bad boy. Like, it is no joke. We legit have, this is a silver miner. This is silver miner index. So everybody that's buying silver, the miners are just running all over the clock, man, to fulfill these orders. There's not even enough supply to meet the demand. It is skyrocketing. So yeah, silver is going up. We can look at silver. I personally like tin and any really precious metal. But yeah, so it correlates to the actual silver. And we got our green, our arrow here, our cross there, and it just boom. We got this on Friday the 1st on March 24. And it's just skyrocketing, dog. Like, it went from $23 to daggone $30, bro. Easy a 30+% rate of return just right there. And it's just getting started. It is just getting started. So this has some huge potential, and there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of growth here. But what I really, really want to discuss today is the actual dollar. And you guys know the dollar is crashing, right? The dollar is supposed to crash. The banks are failing. This is a message. This is the message that everything is being taught. This is a message. But what do we have here? We have these like bear market rallies, right? You see that the bear market rallies. So we have, let me get to this screen here. So here basically we have a bear market rally right here, right here. This was in 2022 going in 2023. We noticed the dollar went down. People were saying the dollar is supposed to crash. And look, it had a correction. But then it popped back up in the end of 23. It popped back up. People were saying the dollar's crashing. And then guess what happened? The message was out, the Patriot movement. Oh, the dollar's crashing again. After it just skyrocketed back to normal levels, which was back in May of 2022. So it hit the May 2022 levels, and it went right back down. And this is when people started buying. Like seriously, they were freaking out. And look, I get it. But right now we're in another uptrend. The dollar isn't crashing, guys. The dollar isn't crashing. You know why? Because they're manipulating it. They're increasing the dollar. And if we pan over in the history, back in 2020, yes, the dollar did bad. We saw here, dollar did bad. But look at this skyrocketing of the dollar. And that was coming right out of COVID. And all that stimulus money. You remember all that stimulus money that people were getting? Boom, it skyrocketed. So that's all they got to do. That's all they got to do is print more money here, which they do, and the market manipulation would happen. But when a dollar goes up, your precious metals go down. And the reason why I want to bring that up, guys, is because if we look at gold, this is gold. And I want to go actually to the historicals real quick. Let me click out of here. So let's look at gold. And here we are. Like this was back in, let me squeeze it up so you can see a little better. This was back in November 23. And we got our buy signal on September 23. And look, it wasn't the best thing because it literally cried back down. It melted back down in October. So I'm not accurate. My system does make mistakes. And I never said I was perfect, but we lost money there on my recommendation of the software on my scanner. So it's never, ever, always 100%. But look what happened. If we would have stayed in it, we broke even come October, and then it just took off. It legit took off, man. And so the dollar, when a dollar crashes, gold tends to go up. But if we go back in October of 23, October of 23, remember that date. I'm going back here. All right. So October of 23, June, February. Look what happened to the dollar. The dollar was going up. You see that? The dollar was going up. And just so you know, even the dollar was going up and the actual gold prices were going down. So it was completely manipulated. So it's not always a guarantee. This is why I wanted to show you facts, man. Just because the dollar goes up or gold goes up doesn't mean the dollar is crashing. Okay. So please get that out of your head. That is misinformation. And you need to understand that the markets are rigged. The markets are freaking rigged, dude. So I'm here to show you that. But everyone that shares a narrative of showing you of the dollar crashing, they show these little blurbs, these little blurbs. Like if we pan out October, the dollar went down, man. So did gold. So just because the dollar does go down doesn't mean gold and silver is going to go up. Now, right now is a whole different ball game. Everything has been exacerbated. Like right now, we are in a situation where we're in a situation where everything's all jacked up, man. Like high inflation, stagflation. I wanted to do this podcast on commercial real estate. Like commercial real estate is really, really bad right now. California is going bankrupt on their commercial real estate properties. The properties right now are going down. Florida is the number one state people are leaving out of. It was the number one state for the past 2 years for people to move here, but the prices are not sustainable right now. They skyrocketed and they're coming right back down. So, for those of you that are trying to buy a home, wait another 6 to 12 months. We're going to talk about interest rates here. We're going to show you the charts. But I hope this was beneficial so that you can see the dollar, so that you can see the gold, so that you can see the silver prices. Like, just don't take somebody's words. Oh, yeah, the dollar's crashing. You need to buy gold, silver. And then they charge you 20, 30% sales charges to manipulate your thinking in you because they hit your feelings. Screw your feelings, dog. Your feelings will jack you up, man, in the bedroom and in the bank. It's a very expensive lesson. You need to look at the charts. You need to analyze this stuff. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to give you this content. That's why I'm here to speak the truth, that there's manipulation. Satan is like a serpent, and he will just dilute everything and skew everything to make it look like it's actually happening. The dollar's going up, but precious metals are going through the roof. And it's not, and it's the opposite too, right? So I showed you where the dollar was going down and precious metals were going down. So it's not as like inverse as you think. It's about 70, 80% inversely correlated, if that's a word. But let me show you something else. Let me show you something. Again, I'm going to show you what I think, my opinion. I could be wrong. I showed you where I was wrong in before. But this one is, I feel very convicted that this is going to be the trade of the year. I'm not going to tell you how much I'm putting in or what you should put in. That is up to you and your financial professional. If you would like to discuss this trade for you and your portfolio, then give me a call. I can give you advice. 813-448-3446. Now, this would be for those of you that want to build capital, that want to make a killing. Giddy up, cowboy. I'm going to show you something pretty cool. All right. So we want to look at, again, we're going to look at the dollar, all this manipulation that's going on, right? We see the screen. Let me get my eraser. Yep. So here's a dollar, but most importantly, let me show you TLT. Now, TLT is going to be our 20-year Treasury bond ETF. The bond market crashed in 2023. If I pan out, here is the prices of our 20-year bond. I'm sorry. It went down in 2022 all the way to 2023. Let me get my pen out again if I can find it. I mean, this thing was terribly just melted, completely just melted. Look at this. Holy smokes. So we have a massive, massive drawdown here. This was in 23, 22 to 23. This is when high interest rates started coming up. You could have made, there was millionaires made here, guys, by just shorting this particular bond index. What I want to show you is that the TLT, because it's been so low, is that we can literally, here goes my buy signal. I got a buy signal on May 24th, meaning our software is telling us to buy this. This is on a daily. Even on a weekly, it still looks attractive. But on a daily, if we pan out historically over the past 3 years, look how low this is. This is at 90. This bad boy was up at 144 December 21st before the meltdown. And our bond market did crash. So we are at a very, very low point of 90.25 on a TLT, which is a 20-year treasury. So historically, like, you could hypothetically just buy this right now. You're buying at an all-time low. And you can just ride it out till it hits this level again of 144. So yeah, you could make a good 30-40%. But if you want to trade this and hold it for a few months, what's going to happen when interest rates cool off? Right? When rates go down, the bond prices go up. And so what we want to look at is TMF. TMF is 3 times the price of TLT. So what that means is the risk factor is if it goes down 10%, you're down 30%. If it goes up 10%, you are up 30%. So it's leveraged. And right now, it is at an all-time low. We have it here. Look for this bad boy to go up as soon as interest rates come down. It will skyrocket. You can buy the call options on this, and you could buy them out for a year, a leap, and you would make a ton of money. Like $10,000 could potentially be $100,000. Very, very cool trade that I'm going to be eyeing personally. I'm going to be doing personally. Again, this is not investment advice. This is just a trade. I have 5 to 6 trades a year that I like to look at between the S&P 500, the bond index, as well as some other commodities. And I'm going to be discussing this throughout the quarters, throughout anytime I see through my scans. I'm going to be discussing this live right here. And if you want to participate, then give us a call. I'm not here to give investment advice publicly, but this is only for money outside of your retirement. This is only to build capital that you're willing to possibly lose. This is a risky trade. The calculations and the risk is calculated in your favor, in my favor. So we want to make smart, calculated trades and take advantage of the manipulation. The stock market is rigged. We get that. But we want to be able to take advantage of these type of trades. The other neat thing is if you think the dollar is actually going to crash, well, how do you make money off a crashing dollar? There's an index for that. So this is the dollar, right? The regular dollar index. And this is the bearish index. So oh man, this is crazy talk. So you remember how I told you the dollar was going up? I got a buy signal on May 24th. This is the inverse. So when the dollar crashes, this goes up. And guess what I got? I got a buy signal on the 15th of this month. Today's gay day, June 1st. So 15 days ago, I got a buy signal saying that the dollar is going to crash on my scanner, which is pretty accurate, by the way. Again, this is not investment advice. I'm not saying buy this. I'm just pointing out facts, pointing out what I see, and information and education purposes only. So hypothetically speaking, you could buy this. And when the dollar crashes, boom, you could make a ton of money. It will be a very attractive trade. This is obviously paper trade. A lot of people want to buy gold and silver. That's the easy way out. That's the easy way out. But look how low we are compared to where we were back in 2016, right? So this would be a trade that you would stick in for 6 to 12 months, and you're looking for a big increase or a big decrease in a dollar, and this would increase. So it's the inverse relationship. This could be the trade of the year. You could buy options on this. You could buy the futures on this. You can hold the actual ETF and just make 3 times whatever it's doing. There's a lot of ways you can split this, but I just want to notify you that UDN is actual great ETF if you think the dollar is going to crash. Pretty amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this because I like talking about the charts. It is fascinating to see the manipulations. It is fascinating to see the agenda that's being pushed. So the other concern I have, and I'm getting way too long, and I still got to read my scripture. The other concern I have is like, be careful with these banks, right? The banks are doing what I thought they would do. They're providing and actually lending out 4.5%, 5% CDs. But just so you know, the CDs, you don't own them. The money in your bank, you don't own it. You are a beneficiary that has ability to take money out at their discretion. Read the banking privacy disclosures. It says large cash withdrawals. If they don't have it, you can't get it out. So why do you want to be a sucker and give a CD and put money in a bank, and then only for them to just say, we don't have it and there's nothing you can do about it? You have to lawyer up. When you put money in a bank account, you forfeit the rights to that money. The money belongs to the institution. If the institution is in shambles, then they have the right to your money for a bank bail-in, and they will use it. So as banks start to crash, the US dollar will crash, banks will crash, commercial real estate is being leveraged like it's about to be deleveraged, and there's going to be some bank failures. We're not done with this banking crisis, guys. You will see people put money in commodities like copper and precious metals. I like tin. You can't really buy a tin. I'm looking into it, but tin is going to skyrocket. Copper is booming, bro. Booming. Copper is booming. Palladium, platinum, gold, silver. Get it all. And if you want, I have an amazing gold provider, precious metal provider, not just gold. You want to stay away from the gold dealers. You want a precious metals dealer that can deal with all four, the silver, the palladium, the platinum, and the gold. So go to CortezWealthGold.com right now. Put your information in or click the button there, and they will call you with your permission. They're going to give you the best rates. They're cheaper than most precious metals dealers, but we are walking with people that walk with us by faith. They are a Christian-based firm, and we like what they stand for. Their values are the same as ours. That's why I'm very comfortable in talking with them, because they understand this new world order. They understand the market manipulations that I just literally showed you facts. Now you can say, hey, well, Joe Biden is crashing the dollar. Well, now you have facts. You have legit facts, numerical, quantitative charts that I just showed you. But let's all make money off of it, right? Let's make money off these freaking stupid liberals because they're destroying America. Guess what? We got to make money in America so we can put it back in America and buy your $5 coffee and buy your luxury items or take your family out or go on vacation or do whatever you want. Spend the money in America, and definitely cash is king. So I want to remind you that it is insurrectionist if a business does not accept your legal tender, which is the dollar, your cash. Use the cash, use the greenback. and need your help, man. I don't get paid. I don't get paid to promote the cash. I'm just saying it helps America, which helps you and I out. And that's what this is about. God, country, and family, brother. Well, hey, I'm excited. I'm excited that you're listening to this. The other cool thing I wanted to share was that Stu called me up. We're going to start a financial show with Stu, and we're going to talk about this. And what's funny is that I said, Stu, I'm going to learn a new podcast setup. I'm going to learn how to share my screen. And then he texted me like, oh no, I'm gonna write the monologue. So that's going to be interesting. Because I'm the finance guy. He's a political guy. It's both. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fire, man. So stay tuned to that. I don't know what to call it. Comment below. What do you think we should call it? I was just going to call it Stu Peters SPN Financial. But yeah, man, it's an honor to be with Stu for this long. I started with him from the jump, and we met online. It's actually pretty cool. We actually met online. Very cool story. If you don't know our story, but hey, let me share my scripture. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Joshua 1:9. You may have those quiet moments. You may have those inspiration moments. God tugs at your heart to start that business, to reach out, to mentor somebody, to be the mentee of somebody, to help your church. Maybe give $5 to that homeless guy. Maybe help that neighbor out. We got to be courageous. We have to be courageous. I'm just so used to being bold. Like I'm willing to get on camera and say, I don't believe in what the government's doing. I don't believe in the gay agenda. I don't believe in this toxic masculinity. I don't believe in this victim card entitled mindset that the Gen Z is doing. And I get a lot of heat for it. I don't believe in Wall Street, what they're doing with the ESG. Like I have to fight Goliath every day, man. And the only reason why I do it is because of Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Like God is for us. He is not against us. He is for us. And as long as we're pursuing the cross and aiming, we're supposed to be the priesthood. The priesthood of a home was a violent gangster. He walked around. He cut the heads off of anyone that protruded his family. He cut the heads off and basically was able to defend his family and his beliefs so that he can honor God, country, and family. We need to be that priesthood. And this gay agenda is an attack on the man, on the priesthood. And that's what Satan wants with his slithering tongue. That's why gay people talk with a lisp, because it is a serpent, is a spirit that they have manifested. In my opinion, call me crazy, call me tinfoil hat. And guess what? I don't care what you think, because that's what I discern. And the man is being attacked. And us men, we need to get in shape. Quit drinking that beer. Do some push-ups. Let's be men. Buy your wife some flowers. Write sticky notes. Say how much you love her. Open a door for her, even when you're upset at her. Like, let's start to be men and give a damn about our family and put the phone down and actually be present. And let's play Legos with our sons and dolls with our girls and makeup and all this stuff. Let's have tea time with our girls. We got to be present, guys. And this gay agenda is all about demasculating the man, where we don't even have a generation. And they're also manipulating them into thinking that Christianity is about being peace and love and gay, and saying Jesus would accept us. Yeah, he would, but not the lifestyle, man. I mean, he has a staff and he has a sword. So, hey, I love you guys. If I don't cut now, I'm going to be rambling. But anyways, I'm out of here, guys. God bless you. Don't forget to like and subscribe our Rumble channel. And if you would want financial advice, go to CortezWM.com. Book your appointment. Call us 813-448-3446. Or if you have questions about anything I said today, info@CortezWM.com. If you want a free book, I have my America First Retirement Plan book. Oh, for anyone that books an appointment, I will personally send this out to you, no cost. If you're a client already, just shoot me an email, info@cortezwm.com. I'll send it to you and sign it. But yeah, they're about $17. I'm not selling them now, but maybe the last 500 they will go for sale. But I only have like 1,000, 1,200 left, somewhere around there. Anyways, I'm out of here, guys. God bless you, and we'll talk soon.